Hey guys, it's John Vakitas with Dr. Logic. Hope you're doing great. I just got back from traveling this past weekend myself. I was in Washington, D.C. for an event with one of our partners, and it was a very interesting time to be traveling during this COVID 19 panic and scare that's going on. Had some very interesting conversations with lots of doctors, and it prompted me to make this video. So I wanted to give you 3 practice tips to thrive during COVID 19. Number one is train your staff. Consider hiring a practice management consultant to either come in person or virtually and train them on some things like phone skills etiquette, how to ask for the appointment so that you can increase your leads that are coming in into actual patient bookings. Secondly, invest in sales skills training. There's lots of different sales techniques that you can employ to take somebody that's in for a consult and actually convert them to a patient. Some practices do a much better job of this than others, and it's probably because they've done some training. They've had somebody come in and work with their team, or they've learned it at a workshop off site, but regardless, they did that training. And then there's other things that you can do as well with training, whether it's investing in your culture and doing programs or reading a book together like The Speed of Trust or something like that. There's lots of different things out there that you can do. Number 2 is train yourself. What can you do besides the technical training you need to have as a doctor, but what are some of the soft skills that you can develop, whether it's something around leadership or maybe you're the one that needs the sales training to close those deals. There's lots of different ways to do training, whether it's you reading a book, watching a webinar, listening to a podcast or an audiobook. There's virtual training on LinkedIn has a system called lynda.com where you can do all kinds of training on social media and other things. But this is a time for you to hunker down and improve the practice, improve yourself so that when things turn around, you guys are better prepared. Okay. And number 3 is invest in marketing. If you've been depending on word of mouth for years and you're starting to see a slowdown, especially during this time with the panic that's going on of COVID-19, this is a time that you can invest in. Maybe it's time to rebuild a website. If your website's 3 years or older, there's a good chance that the technology has changed. The design concepts have changed. Like if you look over my shoulder here, actually on this shoulder, you can see some video movement and designs. You can do live Instagram feeds into the homepage. There's all kinds of things you can do from a web design standpoint. And then technology is definitely involved that improves the mobile speed and even just the simple navigation for the consumer. Okay. And this might be a time for you to work on your before and after photos. If you're doing any kind of cosmetic work whatsoever, whether you're a med spa dermatologist, plastic surgeon, cosmetic dentist, orthodontist, before and afters hold a lot of weight with the consumers. And it's one of the key things they're looking for on your website. So now's a good time that if you have that downtime, go find some recent photos, look at your case descriptions and your intake paperwork or your EHR, and then describe those cases on your site. That can help you a lot with converting those leads that are coming into the site as a visitor and then actually turning them into an inbound phone call or lead form. Also soliciting reviews. Over the last 30 days, you've probably seen a lot of patients before all this stuff started happening. Are you asking for reviews? Do you have a system in place for that? Whether it's you picking up the phone and saying, hey, I know that you really enjoyed the way that this outcome turned out. Wanted to know if you'd write a review for me. They probably have a little downtime too, so now's a good time to do that. Or it could be an email or a text function that you're using. But regardless, this is a good time to do it. Also, work on the content on your site. If it hasn't been touched in several months, it's probably due. You could write an article about COVID-19 or shoot a video like I'm doing now or create some social posts. You might have a marketing company that's doing some of that for you, but you can still augment and do some things yourself. Okay. Create some special offers, for example, that combine services that when you get one of those deals, it's a higher revenue. So maybe there's an incentive for them to combine those services with special pricing they might not normally receive. Okay, I'm going to turn this video into a document so you can get some of this information in a written format. I'm also going to link to several articles, ebooks, even a podcast I was a part of last year that you might find helpful. Okay, so those are kind of my 3 tips. Invest in your staff and training, train yourself, and invest in marketing. You might be doing marketing now, but this might be the time that you need to turn it up a little bit so that you can get found more often. You can always tweak your campaign, adjust your budget later, but over the next 4 weeks or 4 months, however long this lasts, this is a good time for you to, focus on attracting those patients. The worst time to market is when you need leads. You should already be doing it. Okay. So those are my 3 tips, and here's just a couple of other things. Now's a really good time for you to look for deals. So, for example, whether you're looking for somebody to train your staff, there might be an offer with a practice management consultant that can do that. There could be some online training that have discounts right now. Okay, you might even call 2 or 3 of your friends that need training, and maybe the 3 of you go in with that practice management consultant together, and you buy 3 packages. That's great for that practice management consultant, but then maybe they'll give you a preferred rate for you guys doing business in volume. Okay, now's a really good time to work with Dr. Logic. We've got some special pricing on website build pricing and even monthly pricing. So contact me for details. I'm not going to put that here in the video. My goal is to get you to connect with me. So if you are looking to build a new website or revamp your marketing altogether, if you're currently working with somebody else, I love the opportunity just to educate you about digital marketing and then go over some pricing with you. I've got some really aggressive pricing between now and the end of March that I don't normally offer throughout the year. Okay. Also, maybe it's time to change that EHR. Maybe you've got a one that's outdated and there's some others that are more specific to your industry that would be a better fit. Or maybe you're still on paper. If you can improve the productivity of your staff and you can save them time, they can focus more on the patient experience. And of course, when you have raving satisfaction from patients, that's going to help you get more patients, whether it's word of mouth or they're writing you a review or they're happy to be on your website with a before and after photo. So that might be the time to negotiate that this month. Capital equipment, maybe if you're doing, I just heard something yesterday that said hospitals are encouraging elective surgeries to not be done right now. Well, if you're a plastic surgeon, for example, maybe you want to invest in some other technology that's non-surgical that you can do right there at your practice without having to go to the hospital to do that surgery. And if you have a surgery center already, maybe you can find other plastic surgeons that are hurting for business, and you can fill up your surgery room and charge them a fee to use your surgery room. There's all kinds of creative ways and things you can do to make money during this time, so you don't have to panic. Okay, so hopefully this has been helpful to you. I want to be an encourager for you. Stay positive, invest in yourself. Take some time out too. Go for a walk. If you have a dog, probably would love to go for a walk with you and spend some time with you. If your hair's a little outdated, needs some color, maybe it's time to do that. Or go get a massage and take some time to rest. But most of all, don't panic. This is an opportunity for those that will seize that opportunity in the moment. There's something positive you can take out of this. So I hope that you found this helpful. And if you find this refreshing to hear from someone like this versus Negative Nelly, I would love to be a resource to you and talk to you about marketing for your practice. Thank you so much, and make it a great day.